Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, and today I wanted to talk about, we've been doing some really cool stuff at the daycare center, and one of the things I did a couple weeks ago is I surprised my 2-year-old teacher with the picture of the window giraffe, and we put it in the classroom, and that was super cool. But what I also did is in my preschool classrooms when I was traveling a couple months ago, my husband called and he's like, "What are you up to again?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, 7 boxes showed up. And I'm like, 7 boxes? And he's like, "What are in these boxes?" One is really heavy and there's 2 of them identical. And I bought the daycare kids a diner. I bought them a diner to go into the kitchen area. Our kitchen area just seemed small and needed something different. And when we change out our equipment, the kids engage a lot more. So I bought kitchen diners. I will drop the link into my comments later, but I did. The kitchen diner went into both preschool classrooms, and it was the coolest thing. So what we did was one of my to actually move the baby doll center and the kitchen center in together, and then we moved the table, and I can take pictures later on too and post them. But the kids interacted a lot more. It was on Amazon Prime. Another provider did drop it into one of my groups, and it was the best thing she ever did. It was on sale that day, and I went and ordered 2. My kids love it. They play with it all the time. It's high quality. And I also bought the diner set. It was Melissa and Doug. So Melissa and Doug, I got the diner set for both centers, so the kids have that to play with too, to interact. And I highly recommend it. It is very cool. I was so glad that provider dropped it in the link. So my preschool classroom now in our centers, we changed it out. So sometimes when we put like the diner in, I'll take something else out. Like I have a woodworking one right now for the kids with a bench and everything, and I'm about to put that back in. So rotate your centers out. You don't always have to have the same thing. Even for the Barbie dolls, I have a big doll house, a huge doll house, and throughout the year I'll change it out. So every like 3 to 4 months, change up your room, move it around. The kids will engage more, they're happy, and they're gonna try new stuff. I had to, after one of my teachers left, they had changed up some of my classroom and I couldn't find half of my stuff. Your classroom should be a yes classroom. Your classroom never should be a no classroom. Everything that's out for the kids, they should be able to play with. You should not be telling them no every 5 seconds. That's no fun. I would have no fun all day if I had to sit there and say no to all the kids. You can't do that. You can't do this. I encourage you. So I had to go find my music stuff. One of my girls kicked the music stuff out. And I'm like, no, the kids need, now, do they use the instruments correctly? Not always. You have to teach them. That's what you're there for. I always tell my college students, sit with them, teach them how to use the centers, teach them how to use the instruments. So I did. I brought back the music instruments, yes, and I bought the xylophone in from Mexico when I bought it, and they play with it all the time. What I did learn is I have to buy a drum because they broke one of my rain sticks because I thought that was a good stick to hit one of my toys with. So I've got to go pull my drums out of the attic. Make sure you change things up. Good morning, Terry. How are you today? The other thing is I found the Play-Doh. They had the Play-Doh put away. You know what? The kids need Play-Doh. That's good for their fine motor skills and reading. So I had to pull the Play-Doh back out. Do I keep the Play-Doh out for them to have access to all the time? Nope. I have actually a shelf. It's a double-sided shelf. So one goes towards the wall. The Play-Doh's hidden in that. So whenever they want Play-Doh, all the mats and everything else is out for Play-Doh. Open, grab my Play-Doh, give them what they need, and put it back and hide it so they're not into my Play-Doh and it doesn't get all over my environment. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you learned some tips from that, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for watching.